first, we're going to start with functions notes. So starting from Edmodo, I want you to do this before we work on the trainings. We're going to play some together. Please open up this document, which is functions practice notes. So I'll give you a little bit of a minute to open that up. And then if you don't open it up quickly, don't sweat. I will send the video to you. Once you have it open, you should have a screen like Adrian's. He already has his functions worksheet open, so he's going to be ready to work with me. Those of you that just enjoy watching, you can go ahead and watch, and I will send the video to you via Edmodo. Here is the functions worksheet. I enlarged it so people way in the back of the classroom can see it. If this is what you have, you're on the right track. Now the first ones we can probably do together really well. We need to first find a sum. You can either use the auto sum button, or you can click the formulas tab, which is at the very top here, and then auto sum. So I want the sum of the ones from B3 all the way to B7. That's B3 to B7. Enter. Got it. What is the sum? There's the sum. I just click show formula so we can have the number again. We also have mathematical functions, trig functions, text functions, logical functions, if and then we're going to work with some financial functions too. Financial, green, we're in the money. Gotta love that money. All right, now let's find our square root of what's in cell B10. That sounds like a math function. Square roots, we do that in math. We've worked with those in algebra, haven't we? Especially with that Pythagorean theorem. So, math and trig, they're in alphabetical order. Let's look for square root. SQRT, square root, there it is. Square root of which one? B10. Click on B10. Boom, we've got it. It's 49.19 and following. Now we need to round this to 2 decimal places. Well, guess what? That's also a function. When I round it, I should have 49.9 something. I know you know. 2, right. Emily said 2. She had it right. So that's a math function. Math and trig, alphabetical order, or something, or OUND. Round this number by 2 digits. 2. Click OK. We got it. 42.92. Real good. So if your numbers are matching mine, you're in great shape. Now let's find an average. Okay, Adrian. Ooh, Adrian. He says 2492. Oh no. Real quick save. Oh, okay. Never mind. Adrian's talking about this one. I thought Adrian was a math genius. All right, average at B3 to V7. We can do average. It's here too. Auto sum, average from B3 to B7. Got it. Enter. How many do we have here? That's a count. Count numbers. B3 to B7. It's 5 of them. 5. See, I'm good too. Largest number. Max. From B3 to B7. Enter. We got it. Smallest number. Min. From B3 to B7. Got it. Standard deviation. You'll have that if you take statistics in the future. That's math and trig. I do believe if we don't see it, it's going to be under more functions. It's not there, so let's jump over to the next one. More functions. Statistical. Of course, I said you'd see it in statistics. Standard deviation is going to be P, because P will give us the range from B5 to B7. There we go. B3 to B7. Sorry, I said 5. It should be 3. And I'm not wearing my glasses. Click OK. And that's what you should have there. 196.9960406. I'm going to pause a minute and let you see the functions, see the formulas. See, I have sum, square root, round, average, count, max, min, most from B3 to B7, standard deviation. The only difference is that with rounding, I just had to use B11, which is right there in 2 places. But all of them have the name of the function, parentheses, and the range, B3 to B7, B3 to B7. All right, I'm going to move away from showing those formulas by just clicking Show Formulas. And variance. Same process. More functions, statistical. Let's look for variance. Under the V's for alphabetical order. P for range. And it is going to be from B3 to B7 again. Enter! Or I could have clicked OK. I have 38,807 and 44. All right, now let's talk about money. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. We're in the money. We're in the money. Gotta love money. So, in this first scenario, this is where we need to work together. I went through the top parts fast because I believe your understanding would have been really good at grasping that. This may take just a little while or a little more concentration. You're welcome. All right, so here we go. You want to save some money. You want to make $250 deposits into a savings account 6 times in 6 years, so once a year for 6 years. What is the value of the account at the end of 6 years? So you get 1.5%. The good thing about banks and credit unions is that when you save money with them, they give you money back. So you won't have just 500, 1,000. You won't have just 1,500. You'll have a little bit more than that. So, right, Adrian. Right, Miss Jackson. Okay. So what's our rate? 1.5%. They fixed the percent for us. They gave us the hookup. Love that textbook. Pacemark, by the way. Pacemark. Periods. 6 periods. Payment. 250. What is the future value? Let's see. This is a financial function, so we're using green for financial. Money. Financial. And its future value. There's FV. Rate. 1.5%, so I'm going to click in B24. Number of periods. Here's periods. I'm going to click on that 6. That is B25. Next one is payment. $250. That is B26. B26, 250. All right, that's everything I can put enter right now, so I will click OK. The future value is $1,557.39. So I made $57.39 in 6 years. Cool. Love it. All right. Next scenario. It's good to put money in the bank, not just a mattress. You have a choice. You won the lottery. And this also counts for retirement too. When people retire, they can either get a lump sum or they can get their payments spread out over time. So you'll probably win the lottery first before you retire if you win the lottery. You can either get $1,200 at first or get 8 annual payments of $210 that will be invested at 2.5% interest for the next 8 years. What is the most profitable alternative? What's our rate here? I'm just going to scroll so you can see it. All right, fifth period's quiet on me. They're thinking. What's our rate? 2.5%. I got an answer. Thank you, Sean. How many periods? 8 periods. Payment is $210. Present value. What will that be? Financial. PV this time. Someone made a mistake first period and used future value and got a totally different number, and I had no idea where he got it from until he said that he pushed that. All right, let's click the boxes. Rate 2.5, B29. With decimal 2 places left, 0.025, right number. Number of periods, B30, 8. Payment, 210, B31, 210. Click OK. Oh, we get $300 more if we can wait over time. It pays to wait. Patience is a virtue. It also pays you a little bit more money. Hear that, 6th period? Patience is a virtue. It's good. You're a lot more patient than you used to be. I have to commend you, 6th period. Last scenario. Rate. You need to borrow $6,000. Your bank is offering an annual interest rate of 12% for a 5-year loan. What will your monthly payments be, and how much interest will you pay over the life of the loan? This is tricky. Listen closely, because when I look at my bank statements, I have trouble figuring this out until I divide the 12% by 12 and get 1%, because the 12% is for the full year, but because it's an annual interest rate of 12%, but each month I only have to pay 1% interest. So the interest rate is actually 1%. First period can verify. I killed that bug first period. How many periods is it? Well, good question. 5 years, but there are 12 months in a year. So how many periods will that be? 60, 60. I've got my mathematician to my left. Wonderful. Principal is $6,000. Going to give everybody a break. 6,000 came from right here, Jeremy. And our payment. What's the payment? What do we have to pay? Good question. Let's find out. Financial. Payment. PMT. Just plain PMT. Quiet in the back, please. Be nice to your neighbors, or else you will hear your name in lights. Oh, good. You don't want to be famous for that reason, do you? All right. So, payment, the rate, 1%. Number of periods, 60. PV, 6,000. How much do we have to pay? Uh-oh. Miss Jackson messed up. Okay, financial, payment, PMT. Cancel, erase the whole thing. All right, start over. Financial, payment, just plain payment. Rate, 1%. Number of periods, 60. Present value must not be 6,000. And okay. Oh, we got it. We'll have to pay. I don't know what I did. That's okay. Somebody's going to remind and say, oh, Miss Jackson, there it is. I bet they'll be in 6th or 7th period. Might be Kevin. Now let's find the total interest. I am going to look on EX 108 and 109 and get that formula for total interest, because they have it printed right there for me in our book, which is Um,